Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled, Black Women Struggle in Dating, So They Blame Men. Let's get right into it.
Dating is hard nowadays because it's so hard to tell whether or not a person is actually there for you. And it doesn't help that we live in a day and age of social media and dating apps and all that, because it gives people the illusion that good people are replaceable. So it doesn't matter how much of a beautiful person you are, your character, things like that. Somebody will get with you and recognize all these good things in you, but they'll think, oh, but all I gotta do is go on Instagram, all I gotta do is go on Snapchat, and I could get another one of you. And then when they go and do that and they see that you're actually not replaceable, then it's like, oh, wait, let's get back together. And like, no. I just feel like people don't value that connection. And also because we have these like artificial forms of human connection, like social media and all these things, that the in-person and the like genuine deep connection, it just gets pushed to the side because it's like, oh, well, I have a Snapchat streak with this person, or me and this person send memes all day, so that's a connection. But really it's not. Like, there is a version of human connection that is 10 times deeper and 10 times more intimate than what we're getting ourselves used to on our phones. Dating is hard nowadays because it's so hard.
Wow, how often do you see a base chick, right? This is like the first clip, and Jesus, I feel like she's talking from the man's perspective, right? Like, a lot of women think they have unlimited options because they could go online and get likes on their pictures and they got a bunch of DMs, and so they feel like they're just one swipe away from the next guy, the next best thing, and so in their mind, the grass is always greener. But they're wrong. They're wrong, okay? And that's what makes dating hard for good people. I agree with her, even though, the question is, are they really good? Anyway, here's another video. Let's see what she has to say.
Am I the only one that feels like it's getting more difficult to date the older that I'm getting? I feel like as I've been getting older, becoming more of a woman, I feel like I'm getting more in tune with what it is that I want and what I'm looking for in a partner, right? But I feel like because I'm getting more in tune with my wants, my needs, and desires, it's making it more difficult to date, especially as I'm approaching my 30s. I don't know if it comes from a sense of being too picky. I don't think it's being too picky. Again, I feel like it's me knowing what I want, but I feel like it's becoming more difficult. So I don't know if anyone else can relate to this. I feel like dating in general is just terrible these days, and I feel like it shouldn't be this hard to find a partner. Am I the only one that...
Now, when I first saw this clip, I thought to myself, is this a guy or a girl? And I was unsure. So I went to her profile and turns out it's a girl. Okay, very slim. She's actually very fit, nice body, six-pack abs. I actually like girls with abs. I know some dudes don't. But I scrolled just to make sure it was a girl. It's a girl, okay? So she kind of presents a little manly because she's on a skinnier side and muscular side, and she got a deep voice. A lot of these things are deal breakers for most men, okay? So I can tell why it's hard for her. I can tell, okay? Now, I want to go through a bunch of clips of attractive women and why it's hard for them. I thought it was pretty interesting. Here's the first clip of an attractive woman explaining why dating's so hard.
I was thinking about this yesterday, and it just kind of sucks that we live in a world where men don't trust women and women don't trust men. So we're kind of all out here playing with each other's feelings, and it's tiring. So if you're serious, get at me, because I'm serious too. I was thinking about this yesterday.
I'm serious, and I would definitely get at someone like her, but she's right. We don't trust each other, right? I know a lot of women don't trust men, and so they drag their feet when it comes to dating. They expect for you to pay for all the dates while they're dragging their feet. They're trying to decide if they like you or not. Meanwhile, you can spend $300, $400, $500, and they don't even know if they like you yet. So for us, it's not even worth it. We're just saying, yo, gee, this ain't worth it. I'm not going to go through all this. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. A lot of women don't understand that. Here's actually a girl that had a great insight into why dating's hard. I'm going to let her speak, and we're going to respond to it. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly. You just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
They're predicting that 40% of women will be single by the year 2030. And don't come for me because these are scientific studies, as in single, never been married, and never had kids. And honestly, I am not even surprised by this study at all. We have normalized hookup culture, and most people are on dating apps just for an ego boost and not to find actual love. Let's not forget how social media has truly made a negative impact in the dating world. So what are your guys' thoughts and opinions on this? Do you think this is actually going to happen? Do you think it's true? And yeah, what are your thoughts? They're predicting that 40.
When she says most people are on dating apps for ego boosts, she's talking about women. Men, we don't get an ego boost from dating apps. Okay, at least most men that I know don't. Did I get an ego boost from dating apps? Yes, because when it comes to Hinge and all these different dating apps, I've probably doubled or tripled my body count. But I think it's funny that she's talking about the fact that 40% of women will be single by the age 2030. I've heard that before. And we know why, because they keep playing games with good men, and that's a bad idea. If there's a good man out there, take him seriously, okay? Now, this girl talks about something I can relate to so much. Let's listen to what she has to say.
Here's one reason why it's so hard to date a man that's good looking, makes great money, and is in the entertainment industry. Like myself, I'm an artist, I'm a performer. I would love to be with someone of the same lifestyle. But unfortunately, the good-looking men that I am attracted to, not one, but multiple, I'm noticing a pattern in them. They want to be chased. They want to be pursued without putting in the same effort back. Not to mention, they are constantly surrounded by women, which is not a problem. But they also take the time to make sure that, they look good when you're around. When you're around, they want you around. They want you around. They want you to do this and that. They want to hook up with you. They want you to be their girlfriend, but they don't want to put in the effort to actually be that. It's not. Here's one reason.
And I love that she said this because she's getting a glimpse of what it really is. She's in the entertainment industry. I think she has 300,000 followers on TikTok, which is a lot for TikTok, but it's not really a lot in the grand scheme of things because TikTok has inflated numbers and a bunch of bots. But anyway, people like us, right, influencers, we have options, right? And she has to understand that men, the top 1%, 2%, whatever, 3% men that a lot of women want, there's competition for them, right? And I try to get the girls to understand that. When I talk to girls, they want to play hard to get. You can't play hard to get with me. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely not. I don't know what you're thinking. Life is going to get easier for the men, especially the men that put effort into it. Okay, we're going to be chased by women because we could do that. Now, if you have no options, then no woman's going to chase you. But if you got options, listen, baby, you got to get with it and get lost. You know what I'm saying? I can replace you. Now, this girl talks about the opposite side of the coin. Let's listen to what she has to say.
Can I give you the real tea? Just really quick. A woman who has it all will struggle the most in dating. I don't think people realize how much of dating for many people is about leverage and ego. I'm gonna use some tropes, but we've probably all seen them before. The super successful athlete dates someone who is incredibly stunning, but maybe not that financially resourced. That is also why you see extremely successful corporate men also dating women who have a little bit more of a conservative look to them. In the example of the athlete, there's still validation in being with a stunning, gorgeous woman, but the ego is not threatened because she's financially reliant on him. Similarly, for the very successful man in corporate, he can show off his partner to the MDs at his job or the partners at his law firm. He gets that validation, but she doesn't elicit a ton of attention. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying this is law. I'm just saying a lot of people operate from a place of validation and ego. That leaves a woman who's both extremely gorgeous and also financially independent in a very difficult place. There's a lot of validation, but it's not an ease of ego. And the real tea is that a lot of men grossly underestimate very attractive women. I think some people enter into a situation or dynamic with an expectation that this might just be easy or fun with low expectations. And then when someone is financially independent and smart and interesting and attractive, that is a very difficult thing to sort of align yourself with. So to all of my brilliant, beautiful baddies, stay strong out there. It is difficult, but it is not you. Can I give you the real tea?
You see what she has no idea what she's talking about. She's none because, first of all, and so many people, they believe like what they view as the reality, like their hypotheses on the world is exactly how it works. Like, no, it's not the law what you said. It's actually very incorrect. You think that men are threatened by your money. I'm glad when a girl has money. That means we could split things. Yeah, don't ask me for everything. A lot of women think that men want a woman to depend on them. No, we don't. I don't know where women get this from. We don't. That, oh yeah, you depend. We want a woman that depends on us so we can control them. I'm not saying there's no men like that, but she's not talking about a good portion of men. A lot of men are happy if you got your own bag because that means it's cheaper for us. You have to understand that if we could save money, we love that. I've taken care of a girl before. It's not all that. It's not. It's a pain. It's a burden. You feel like you're taking care of a child. It's great when a girl has her own and you're attractive. Sign me up. I like it. But here's the thing. If a woman goes in with the mindset that, oh, he's going to feel threatened by this. He's going to feel threatened by this. She's going to see confirmation bias. Every time that we're resistant towards you, you're going to think, oh, it's because I got money. No, you having money is a good thing. Trust me, it's a great thing. It's not a bad thing. But since you believe that, and anytime there's any pushback on our part towards you, you're going to blame your money. But really, it's just your attitude. Women with money have this attitude like they don't need nobody to control the world. You can't control them. We don't want to control you. We want to lead you. Controlling and leading is not the same thing. But I know a lot of women conflate that, so that's her issue. Anyway, we have another girl talking about what it means to be a desirable girl and why dating's so hard for desirable women. Let's listen to what she has to say.
Can we just talk about how annoying it is to date as an attractive woman? Like, I don't know how it is for y'all, but I do a lot of things, okay? I model, I work, I have a couple of jobs. I do this, I do that, I do everything, right? So I'm always meeting people, I'm always seeing new people. I've noticed that a lot of people just want to experience me. Like they'll think that they want to, I don't even know if they think that. They just want to experience me. I'm starting to see what people mean when they say date people who like you, because I have recently, ran into a couple people who actually like me. They actually want to be around me, and they make that very known. They communicate, they consider me with things that's, they have going on. If they know they're going to be busy, they'll hit me up. Hey, I'm going to be doing this from this time to this time, or a couple hours, whatever. Date people who like you. And if you get the feeling that somebody doesn't like you, they probably don't like you. And then you can also like a person but not want to be with them. And I feel like that's what happens a lot with me. People like me, they like my personality, they like how I look, they like the thought of me. But as far as long term, I don't think that they're ready for that, because I'm not an easy person to please. Anyways, I ain't gonna get into all of that. What I came to say is, it's hard. It's hard. The streets, I ain't even in the streets, y'all. I just wanna find my person. That's it. That's hard. It's just I'm tired of being lusted after. That's really, I'm tired of that. Can we just talk about how annoying...
The reason why you're being lusted after, because that's probably all you have to offer. She's talking about, oh, people don't want me because I'm not easy. So many women find all types of copes of why they can't get what they want. And it's never their fault. Oh, yeah, I want too many things, and a lot of dudes, they're not ready for all that. They're not ready for all that. No, chick, you just greedy. You have all this intense, selfish desires, and you want us to fulfill them. I don't want to fulfill your selfish, intense desires. Or, sorry, your intense, selfish desires. Okay? But a woman will come around and say, oh, yeah, people just lust after me. Some women, that's all you got going for them. Going for you. You look good. You're really just a hit and quit. And I hate to say that about a bunch of girls, but if you want to be desired for more than the way you look, offer more than looks. It seems simple than that. But some women feel like, looks is their strong case. Now, here's a woman that thinks she's so attractive. Who's going to tell her? Who's going to tell her? Anyway, let's listen to what she has to say.
Dating when you are above average in the looks department is honestly kind of hard. There are challenges that comes with this. And please don't come for me in the comments calling me ugly, because I know I'm not ugly, okay? But honestly, what it is because I always find myself dating guys who are below my league. but then it always turns out biting me in the ass, because they literally try and humble you once you get past a certain point, like the honeymoon phase, I've noticed. And when you date somebody who is attractive, like very attractive on your level, it's like you also can't trust them because they have like huge egos. So it's like such a fine line trying to decide to date above or below or on your level, just because there are challenges that comes with all of it. I just always expected the guys who were like below my league to treat me like a queen and like just be so grateful to be with me that, you know, they would do anything it took to make the relationship work. But it actually just turned out to make them insecure and trying to make me feel less than in order to make themselves feel better. It's so hard for me because I want to be the prize, and I think that the woman needs to be more attractive in order for the relationship to be the best it can be, just because the women are supposed to be courted and they are supposed to be the ones who are like they're supposed to be the ones who are like the prize. Like that's just how it works. But this whole new dynamic of dating guys and then them trying to humble me is just like becoming a pattern at this point. Like I feel like I can't get past a year in a relationship because once I get to that year point, it's just like, I don't know what the hell happens. Like I would always notice my exes making small little comments once things got after like a year to try and like let me know that I wasn't all that. Like one of my exes would be like, yeah, you're lucky as hell, because he would cook for me in the morning and like he would always tell me that I'm lucky. And I was like, you're lucky, bro. I also had an ex tell me that I'm not the shit, and I was like, I am the shit. What are you talking about? I don't know, maybe I just need to start dating guys who are my level or above. I don't know. Dating when you are
This is what you call delusion. This girl is average at best, but she believes she's above average. And that happens when you have fair skin and you have a small nose and you have big eyebrows. You think, oh my God, I'm so beautiful. But you don't understand that you're actually very regular. This is not something out of the blue, out of the ordinary. But for her, she thinks she's above average because she's not quote unquote ugly. I give you that. You're not ugly. I give you that. But just because you're not ugly doesn't mean you're above average. You're actually average. The hard thing is when you have this type of looks that she has, there's a lot of competition because Spanish girls like dominate this look. I don't know if she's Spanish. I don't know what the hell she is. She might not be Spanish. I don't know. Who knows? Who really cares? Okay, whatever you are, come to the East Coast. You seem like you're from California. Come to the East Coast. We have the average Puerto Rican girl looks like you. I'm talking about the average, not the above average. The average Puerto Rican girl from New Jersey looks like you, like your type of looks. So, and now I'm talking about this is like the average girl. So now if you want to be above average, you got to look better than that. So here you are, average, thinking you're above average. That's why it's not working out for you. And on top of that, you're in California. From what I've heard, LA like above average for LA is a lot higher than it is anywhere else in the world. Maybe LA and Miami, those are the two places where the competition is steep. Because everybody's trying to be an actor. Everyone's trying to be a Hollywood star. Everyone's trying to be a musician, right? Everyone's trying to be seen, right? It's the land of Hollywood. So if you think that's above average, you're bugging. You're bugging. Now, if you compare yourself to ugly girls, then yeah, you're above them. Yeah, but that does not mean above average. That's number one. Number two, you said that when you date guys that are below average, they try to humble you. If you are dating a guy that's trying to humble you, here's the reality. He's trying to let you know that you're on his level. Because he probably sees you walking around thinking you're all that. One of the most ugliest things for a woman is not to be humble. If you're beautiful and you're humble, like you have humility on top of that, you look that much more better. It looks kind of like you're airheaded a little bit, like you're just not sure of it, but it's that much more attractive. I've dated both. I've dated girls who thought they were the ish. I dated girls who were humble. Both of them were attractive. The humble girls are a lot more attractive. Because you know what it comes off as? You're just a nice person. And you happen to be beautiful. It's not like, oh, I'm just like nice person but I don't have to be nice because I have a big old butt. I'm so pretty. Like that's so corny for women. And I know a lot of women think men like that. We don't like that. Losers like that because losers don't feel good enough. And girls like that validate them, make it feel like, oh yeah, I'm with a baddie. And everyone else looking at you like, no, you're with a regular ass girl. So hopefully she gets a little slice of humble pie there. Anyway, here's a girl who can consider herself above average, but she's not having an above average experience. Let's listen to what she has to say.
I'm 26. The older I get, the harder it's becoming to date. Like, I sat back and I looked like, bro, it's so many people around my age that's getting married or they engaged, they in relationships. What the fuck is gonna be left for me? Am I gonna have to date a man with kids? Like, that's what's going on in my head. I shouldn't even be thinking about this stuff because I got other things to worry about. But as someone who does have a desire to get married and have a family and have children, this is what's starting to concern me. It worries me just a little bit because I don't want to settle. I'm 26.
She's 26 years old. She doesn't want to have to settle, but she realized dating's getting harder. Dating gets harder when you get older as a woman. So it's so funny because a lot of women have bad advice when they tell women what to do. There's like, oh, go thot it up, be in the streets. And that's horrible advice because you're going to be giving your prime years away to the streets. At her age, this is the right time to start panicking. 26 is the perfect time to start panicking. Kevin Samuels would agree. A lot of women wait till 36 to start panicking, and they don't even panicking then. They don't even start panicking then. I know a lot of black women that are in their 40s and they're still thinking that the grass is greener everywhere. They can have whatever they want, and I get it because you look at yourself and say, "Well, I look younger than what I am," and that's valuable for a man that's been with you for a long time. But to the dating market, we don't care about how young you look. We care about how young you are. There's a difference, okay? Fertility. Don't forget about fertility. Anyway, moving forward. Here's a girl that explains dating so hard. I thought it was very interesting what she said. Let's listen to what she has to say.
It's so sad because a lot of times people who get hurt out here from relationships, they withdraw themselves from the dating scene. And 9 times out of 10, they're amazing people. They find themselves in the house on some low-key stuff, going to work, being with the kids. You know what I'm saying? Doing low-key stuff, but they don't pop out like that for real. Those are the people that we're looking for. And it's crazy because at the same time, we are those people as well. So to this big question that you have in your head, where's all the good people? Where's all the good people? Baby, they're inside because they have been hurt too much and they don't have time for this dating scene no more in these games. The last person messed it up. We just got to figure out our way to get to those good people so they can see how good we are, we can see how good they are, and we could just stay away from those crazy people because we deserve happiness. Forget the other shit. It's so sad because a lot of times
she believes she deserves happiness. And it's so interesting to me, based on what premise you deserve happiness. Who deserves happiness? Like, this mindset for women is very dangerous, that you deserve something, that you're entitled to it. How many people around the world have so much less than us and they're happy? But we have a lot and we're miserable. It just goes to show you this whole perspective thing. People say, oh, your perception is your reality. And it might be the reality because you're delusional, right? We might agree that you're delusional, but it's not reality. So here's the thing, right? This girl has the bat wings, a lot of makeup, hair that's not hers. She dyed her eyebrows burgundy like her hair, and she thinks she's entitled to someone that's good because she likes to be happy, and she feels like happiness is what she's entitled to. But here's the reality. If we don't find you as desirable as you think you are, then how can we be happy with you? And you talking about you getting hurt, you getting hurt, you getting hurt. So now you're a traumatized girl who's not all that attractive, respectfully. And by the way, when I make these videos and people say, oh, you're so critical, you're so critical, you're so critical, that's what people watch me for. What do you think if I get on here and just say, oh, well, she's a decent person. They're decent. Ain't nobody going to watch me. They watch me because they want me to hit the reel. This is entertainment at the end of the day. Am I exaggerating a little bit? Yes. But for you idiots that can't see that, get a life. Okay, this is YouTube. Don't come to YouTube without hyperbole. No one's going to watch you. Don't say, well, I kind of like this, I kind of like that. Say, no, this shit sucks. It's the worst thing I've ever had. That's how you be a YouTube. So that's my little advice to you for everybody who wants to do YouTube. Be extreme. Okay, it's more entertaining. To say, just be in the middle and stay in the middle, you're never going to build a following. And by the way, I'm going to help people with YouTube out because I know a lot of people want to build a YouTube business. They want to become influencers. Just DM me on Instagram. I'll help you. Okay. And for all those that DM me, I'm getting back to you. Okay. It's hard for me to see it because you guys get lost in the mix. Anyway, we have another girl here giving horrible advice. Let's listen to what she has to say.
I think dating is as it is these days because we're not really out here comparing notes. Like, every time I pop up with a really, really good looking boyfriend that's pretty financially stable or has a really, really big professional career, everybody's like, where do you find these men? Where do you find these men?
I roster date. What are y'all doing? Like, what are y'all doing? How are y'all picking people? And why is it so hard for y'all to find people? Like, all I do is I literally open up my dating season. I go out a bit. I find people that I'm looking for. I see who clicks, exchange numbers, go out a few times, and you're on the roster. And then I just keep chipping away every time people start to kind of show their true colors. Chip away. It really doesn't even take that long. I think the last season maybe took like a month before I found my last boyfriend that was a doctor. Well, excuse me, my last boyfriend was a software engineer that spoke 6 languages. But the last time I actually had a dating season, he was a doctor. Sorry guys, that wasn't my toilet, that was my washing machine. The most important thing that I do though is I close my roster. I do not allow new people to keep coming in, or it's just not fair to me personally, and it doesn't allow me to really like focus on the people who are in front of me. So once I'm in dating season and that roster's closed, it's closed. Like, I'm dead ass. Like, I literally conduct this like some type of getting into university application or getting a really good job application. Like, you get a few trial runs. If it's not working, you're gone. But this dating season is a little bit different. Before, I was only lightly dating people for marriage. Like, that is, I wouldn't really consider somebody unless they wanted to be married. Even if I technically realized sooner, rather than later that I didn't want to marry them. It was just always important to me to not even date somebody whose values didn't align. So now I'm actually dating, like actually for marriage. This is my first time dating for marriage. So I think this season might take a little bit longer. But what do you guys do? How are y'all dating? I think dating is as it is.
This girl suffers from brain rot, and she gets away with it because she has long, beautiful hair, and she is attractive. But her masculine voice is so unattractive, and she got to really give us the reason why it's not working out with this engineer, these doctors. Any girl who has a high-value man and it doesn't work out, you got to really consider, did you really have him, or were you part of his roster? Because she's recommending, oh my God, you got your date and have a roster. You have a roster. This is one of the worst things that women do. They go out there, smut themselves up, and think that it's cute. It's not cute. It's not. And it dehumanizes you as a person. It makes you literally just a piece of meat because you're a woman. You can't date like this. You're not a man. See, the thing about women that y'all don't understand compared to us, y'all can't be like us. Okay? My body doesn't go through changes when I smash a girl. But your body does. A lot of women have to recover from a hard nights of pouting. If you really put it down on a girl, she has to recover. I don't got to recover. You feel all stretched. You still feel me a day later. I remember girls texting you, oh yeah, I still feel you. Girl, I haven't been in you for like 8 hours. Women have to recover after hooking up, after sex. They have to. But girls like this, they'll get smashed by one dude one night, the next night they get smashed by another dude. Like, it really is like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. And I remember back in the day when a dude used to tell me, like, oh yeah, you can't tell if your girl cheating. Or, you could tell. I never used to be able to tell. But I won't lie, I was hitting this girl and I wasn't feeling nothing now. Right? And I'm respectfully, I'm pretty well endowed. So if I'm not feeling something, there's a big problem going on here. She's one of those girls. She's one of those hallway girls. You know what I'm saying? But, it works for her because she could keep opening up her dating season and get another guy. Right? That's what, in her mind, that's so great. Here's a girl that combats everything the last girl just said. I thought it was very interesting. Let's listen.
I really want y'all to stop telling young girls to stay single so that they can experience life and date around and figure out what they like and don't like in men, because there is so much more to experiencing life and growing in life than dealing with a bunch of different niggas. So many other reasons to tell a young girl to be single other than telling her be single so that you can date around. Always, oh, you're young, go have fun. Damn, the only fun y'all can think of is going telling young girls to just sleep around, telling young boys to just sleep around. Oh, you're young, knock them hoes down. Like, I just think it's so misleading. Like, telling young girl to be single so that she could go travel, get your passport, go travel, girl, go see the world, go experience the world. Don't settle. Go have fun and travel. Go have fun and party. Go have fun and meet new people. Career path you want to take. Go to college, get your degree. Like, there's so much more to telling a young girl to be single than just be single, go sleep around. And I say this as a young girl that has been with my boyfriend since I was 14 years old in the 8th grade, and we are still together to this day. And when I tell you the amount of times that I've heard this, go have fun. Oh, why are you in a relationship? Go have fun. Go be single. Go experience life. I am experiencing life. I'm experiencing life well, and I don't regret a motherfucking thing. But also, I do want to say, I do understand now that I'm older that it is a bit diabolical for some 14-year-olds to call themselves in like a locked-in-ass relationship. So I get why people was telling us to be single, but even when we were like 16, 17, people were still telling us, oh, y'all go be single. Y'all just gonna be with each other. That's all. That's it. Y'all just gonna stay with each other all of high school. Go be single. And that, my friend, is where you lost me. Me and my boyfriend was together all throughout high school and went to college together, everything. I experienced everything that I wanted to experience. I'm still experiencing everything that I want to experience as a young adult in a relationship. Like, you do not have to be single and sleep around to know yourself and grow and experience life. Stop telling young girls that. I really want y'all to stop telling y'all.
I love that there's alternative views on this, because a lot of women need to hear a different perspective. They hear the same perspective. Be a thought, be a thought, be a thought, be a 304. Pass yourself around, get passed around. After a while, women believe that's their only option. This girl actually presents an option that I've heard before. It's not as common, but I've heard it before. I know, this actually funny. I think we all know that person or a couple of people who've been with their middle school sweetheart, because that's what she are, high school sweetheart, and they're still together, right? Like, there's sometimes people just work together and they could grow together, right? They definitely need some strong compatibility that allows them to kind of grow together, but a lot of that's on the girl. If the girl's actually malleable and she thinks like this girl thinks here, where life is not, you're not missing out, you don't have FOMO, that you're not being passed around. So many women have this FOMO that they want to try other men out. That's the scary part. That's why dating's so hard, because so many women want to go out there and play the field, aka get passed around. I know, because I ran into those girls and I gave them exactly what they want. And I toss them to the side of the road and let someone else go deal with that problem. You know what I'm saying? It's a terrible game, right? I'm actually done playing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say something that's very interesting, and you guys might not even believe me. This is the first time, this is what, the 5th month of the year? It's almost the 6th month of the year. I literally have not smashed a girl this year. Yeah. Man, it doesn't bother me. It used to bother me back in the day. I will be honest with you. If I went on a whole streak of not hooking up with girls, it would bother me. But now I'm like, I'm actually doing what I want to do. I wake up in the morning. I look forward to making videos. I'm writing my 3rd book. I actually like my life. I'm not feeling like I'm missing out on anything. Have I dated girls here and there? Am I hooking up with girls? Yeah. Can I possibly, or can I turn around and get buns? Not even possibly. Can I turn around and get some buns? I absolutely can. I just don't care enough. I'm going to keep it real with you. And I don't have to worry that I have to rush to do these things, because as a guy, I'm aging like wine. I'm not aging like milk. If I was a girl aging like milk, then yeah, I'd be drop everything, go find you somebody right now. But at 37 as a guy, and I just coming into myself being famous and growing as an influencer and meeting new people and traveling, I'm actually very happy where I'm at. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. And this is why if a woman wants my attention, she's going to have to chase me, because I'm not going to chase her. I was just talking to a girl recently. I cut her off because I could tell that she was extremely greedy, extremely selfish. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with a girl who wants me to pay for everything. By the way, I didn't pay for everything, but she even wants to put that energy out that she expects me to pay for everything and do everything, and she's not going to do nothing in return. Hell no. I got boundaries. I don't have to deal with that. Was she attractive? Yes. Did she come to my apartment? Yes. Did we kiss, make out a little bit? Yes. Was it, if I just stayed the course and waited it out, I could have smashed. But I don't even care about doing that anymore. And as a man, you got to get to that point. You got to get to that point where it doesn't mean you nothing. It doesn't mean you know, never mind. I'm telling you, this is the first year in a long time. I'm talking about a long time. Years where I will let myself go 6, 7 months without smashing anybody. It's just not like me. But I just realized after the same cycle of women over and over again, it just gets boring. I'm going to keep it real with you. Like, it just, how many buttholes can you see before you felt like you've seen them all? Right? Now, here's this woman's take that I thought was so interesting, because it's very different than a lot of what other black women said. Let's listen to what she has to say.
Okay, here's why dating is so much harder for a woman than a man. In heterosexual relationships, the older I get, the more that I realize that the difference between women and men when they date is tied to the fact that women don't feel like they deserve the partner they want. Because they haven't lost that elusive 5 pounds or climbed the corporate ladder high enough or done enough yoga to become so zen that they don't react to a Chad's bad behavior and instead go do more yoga. Because bending ourselves into a meditative pretzel is somehow going to solve the fact that we're single and frustrated about being single. As far as I can tell, heterosexual men rarely feel like I'm not good enough for the woman that I want, and instead mean I want to go find a better woman than the one that I have when they tell you that I'm not ready for a relationship. And while I'll always advocate for self-improvement, it's also totally okay to love who you are even if you're not where you want to be, because the best version of yourself is not the only version of yourself that deserves a beautiful life. So if all you do today is watch this video and then go eat a tub of cookie dough and then try to make yourself feel better that at least it was vegan cookie dough, then realize that this version of yourself still deserves a man who loves and respects you, because the best version of yourself is the honest version. Cheers.
I want to find out where that vegan cooking dough is. That's actually, if anybody knows, let me know in the comments below. I love vegan recipes. I love vegan products, you know, and so if you could put me on something, put me on, okay? Here's the thing that though is so interesting about what she said. She said a lot of women feel like they can't deserve the man they want because they haven't lost that extra 5 pounds or they haven't had, you know, they're not further enough in their career. This is not a black girl thing. Black women feel like they deserve happiness. They deserve the kind of man they want. Asian women are a lot more humble. This is extreme humility here, that you haven't lost 5 pounds. Let me tell you something. There's women that need to lose 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, and they still feel like they can get any nigga that they want. Yeah, straight up delusional, okay? But this just kind of opens people up into the reason why Asian women are the most married demographic in America, because they think like this. She feels like she needs to earn her way to a man. Now, here's how she thinks like every other woman. She thinks that the more money she makes, the higher the more she could command from a man in the dating market. It doesn't work that way. I hate that women say this. If that was the case, then Oprah would have everybody knocking on her door to be with her, because Oprah's famous. There's other famous men, and we can't even name one famous man that went after Oprah. Just name one. Last time I checked, she's dating somebody she's a lot more famous than. So I'm saying this to say that you making money is not going to make you more desirable as a woman. It's not. But having the humility that she has, having your natural hair that she has, and I won't lie, being Asian won't hurt either. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. I'm not racist, so I don't mind dating girls of any race. I just happen to find black women the most attractive. Like the girl that I made the cover of this, my thumbnail for, I think she's extremely attractive. I think she might even be Blasian. I find that to be very attractive, okay? I just find dark skin to be attractive. I know a lot of people don't, and maybe you think I'm biased because I'm dark skinned as well, but I've seen it all. And I just think dark skin looks the best. Maybe I am being biased, but I think I'm being objective. I don't have anything against any other skin color. So I'm saying this to say that if you're a woman, you know what I'm saying, you want to think more like her. Think that you need to earn your way to the kind of man that you have. If you have that base mentality, like that's like your fundamental principle that guides you in the dating market, that'll be very helpful, okay? And find me some vegan cookie dough, okay? Find it for me. Anyway, here's a black girl that I'm talking about compared to the last video. This girl thinks she deserves everything, and because she's not getting everything, dating is hard. Let's listen to what she has to say.
That's why from time to time, you really got to take a break from dating, because you start to lose your patience. You start to lose your patience. Things that you would have let slide, you can't let slide anymore. Like you just become more aware, and like you really just... And when you become intentional about your dating, it's kind of hard to just accept anything and go with the flow and, oh, I told him this, but he's still doing this. Like, I can't do that anymore. I don't know. The older you get, the more men you experience in dating. You just gotta stand on your business, stand on your boundaries, your standards, because they will try to play in your face. And this is why I keep telling people, this dating stuff is hard. It's frustrating, especially when you only want one end goal. I don't want to fling. I don't want another situationship. I'm not trying to be outside and hole around. I'm ready for my husband. So if anybody presents me with non-husband material, they gotta go. That's why from time.
And that's the problem. She thinks that when she's ready, she's going to get her husband. It doesn't work like that. Life doesn't get ready for you when you're ready. It's just so funny. It's just so arrogant to people think that, okay, I'm ready for a husband. I'll go get me a husband now. What? Where is your humility? You need to watch the Asian girl that I just showed. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's this girl? I'm telling you, she thinks she deserves the top of the top dude. And none of them are giving what she wants. And she's mad at them. You think she's going to... Did she say anything about how she can improve herself? That she needs to change anything about herself? The only thing she thinks she needs to change is have higher standards for everyone else. And herein lies where a lot of black women fail. They think because... and this is a slightly light-skinned Keisha with the black lips. She's a light-skinned Keisha with the black lips. The light-skinned Keisha with the black lips. We all know a light-skinned Keisha with black lips. Here she go. Okay? And she think that she deserved the world. It don't work like that, baby. I get it that you think you're ready. But just because you're ready ain't the world. That don't mean the world's sitting around waiting for you. Men are not going to wait till you're ready to fall into your arms and give you what you want. That's not how it works. You need to be ready when we deem you the most valuable. That's how it goes. If you miss that point when you're in your prime, it's going to get harder for you. Now, the reason why I could drag my feet now and focus on my purpose, because as time goes on, I'm going to become more valuable. It's just the way it is. Like, I was about to make a video on the Papoose, Remy Ma, and Clarissa Shields controversy, that love triangle going on right now, because Remy Ma is attacking her ex-husband, or soon-to-be ex-husband, Papoose, and trying to make fun of his current girlfriend, Clarissa Shields. And she's trying to give her advice like, don't date him, he's trying to look at you as a come-up. And she's saying that because Clarissa Shields is 30 years old and Papoose is 47. And she's trying to make fun of Papoose. Oh, yeah, you're 47, you're 47. Now, mind you, Papoose and Clarissa Shields has the same age gap as, did I say Classy? I said Clarissa, and Papoose and Clarissa have the same age gap as Cassie and Diddy, 17 years. And women don't like this. They don't like the fact that a man, if he's in his 40s or his 50s, he could date a girl 17 years younger. But we can, and this is what allows us to drag our feet if we want to, and we could get ready. And we could decide that we're ready to date when we feel like we're ready. I know men in their 60s that got 20-year-old, 28-year-old, 29-year-old woman pregnant, about to have her first child. I know men like that. I don't know any woman who in her 60s dating men in their 30s and the man doesn't want her for money without wanting money in return and trying to use her. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't work like that. A young girl in her prime will date a man in his prime, and his prime is not the same age that y'all want it to be. Women want to be men so bad they think they could just live like men. This girl's trying to literally live like men. Set her standards, demand whatever she wants to demand. She probably got her life together in some way where she got money, she got resources, and she think that she gonna just, I'm ready for a husband now, I'm gonna get me a husband now, and I ain't really trying to fling and I ain't trying to hold around no more. The fact that you were even holding around disqualifies you. I just, women just don't understand this. This is something y'all just don't get, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Hard head make a soft ass. You know what I'm saying? This is just what y'all gotta go through. Anyway, here's another woman who's frustrated the way dating is. She can't for the life of her understand why dating's so hard. Let's listen to what she has to say.
What the does that mean? I don't get why I'm still single. I don't get it. I'm a catch. What is going on in my life where I don't have a man? Or are my standards too high? Do I box myself in a corner all the time? Like nowadays, men today want to be chased. What happened to masculinity? What happened to chivalry? What happened to men courting women? What happened to that? Back in the day, dating was so much easier and it was fun. Today's dating is hell. You give a guy your number, and all of a sudden, you don't hear from them until like 3 to 4 days later. What was the point of me giving you my number? If you're not going to text me, I don't get it. The talking doesn't go as far as the actual app. There are no, let me take you out to dinner. Let's go catch a movie. Let's go to a cafe and get to know each other. What's with all the endless text messages? What happened to men actually planning dates? What happened to it? I don't get it. How do you date in today's society? What are some of your red flags and your non-negotiables? I do not chase men. I don't do it. I did it once, would never do it again. No. Never again will I chase a guy. My biggest ick is a guy that can't hold a conversation. Now, I gotta talk the whole goddamn date. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. I don't got time to be dating no guy that don't have no money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound shallow, but I've dated broke men my whole life. I have. Now I'm in a place where I have money and I want to travel and I want to see the world. I don't want you to buy me nothing because I can buy it myself. That's not what I want. I want you to have the financial stability to pick up and go on the trip. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for no Louis. I'm not asking for no goddamn bust down Chanel. I don't even goddamn like designer. I don't. I really don't. Oh, you're just very intimidating. What the does that mean? How do I come off intimidating when I'm the most socializing person ever? Specifically, my ladies, I want to hear how you are dating, especially in today's generation. What are some dating apps you're on? Where do you go to date? And what are just some of your non-negotiables when it comes to dating these men? Because I ain't got time. Anyway, this is the makeup look. I wanted something really cute and rosy. Bye, guys.
So it's funny to me, and I'm listening to a couple things she says, and one of the things she said that really caught my ear is that she said she dated broke men her entire life, but now she got money. She wants a man with money. So when you were in your prime, you didn't require a man to have money. Now you're past your prime, you require a man to have money. And when you meet these men that have money, they want to be chased. And then you consider them that they're not, you say that they're not masculine. Because you have all these wrong presuppositions. The first presupposition is this: that when you get money, you can demand money from men. It doesn't work this way. I don't understand why women don't get it. You having money don't mean shit. It don't mean nothing. Are you going to take care of me? It don't mean nothing. Now, I'm going to give her respect because she did something I told you guys you got to do before. You got to be extreme. You got to be hyperbolic if you're going to be a content creator. Clearly, she's a content creator. Clearly, I can just tell. I can look at someone, look, 1.7 million. I can tell somebody's a content creator just by listening to them. It makes sense to me. But here's a girl with 1.7 million followers struggling on a dating market. Name a man who can have that many followers and struggle. I don't care how you look. And no, he won't be chasing no women. This is why I tell this to women all the time. You cannot do what men do. You can't. You can't be me. You got more followers than me, and I would still make you chase me. Yeah. You know why? Because you got followers don't mean shit to me. Are you going to pay my bills? I guarantee you still want me to pay for the first date. You want me to value because you have success. It ain't going to happen, baby. I feel like I'm too good for you. And you're technically more famous than I am. And I still think I'm too good for you. Why? Because women's status comes from their appearance and their youth. If you're older and you pass the bridge, if you're past 35 years old, baby, there's no way your status is higher than me. That's one. And two, let's keep it real. I'm the more attractive one out of the two of us, respectfully. I got exes that look better than you, respectfully. You know what that's equivalent to? You have an exes that got more money than me or got more status than me, but it seems like you have a hard time with that. I don't have a hard time dating girls prettier than you. Respectfully. And I'm saying this with love because if you're my little sister, I would have to coach you that you expect a man to pursue you. You don't want to pursue him, but at the same time, you're looking for a man that got status and money. That don't work. This has nothing to do with masculinity. Women, stop with this idea, this narrative, this presupposition that a man's supposed to chase a woman no matter what. It does not work that way. I just showed you guys a light-skinned girl that felt the same way prior in the video. And she said that men that are in her league, that are as attractive, and she finds them attractive, they got a bunch of girls around them. Y'all want us men to have a bunch of girls around us who are attractive, who are willing to do whatever we want, and some reason we're chasing you because you're just so goddamn special. You're just so special. You're just so, oh my God, you're so special, we're going to chase you. It don't work like that. It really don't work like that. But too many women, they show up in the world thinking that I'm special, someone's gonna see how special I am, and they're gonna work for me, and I'm gonna put them and I'm gonna make them jump through hula hoops, and they're gonna validate me. It don't work like that, baby. I'm just saying, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it don't work like that, baby. It don't. And until women realize that, they will stop expecting that. Stop expecting a man to chase after you because you have an inflated sense of self. Who you think you are and who we think you are ain't the same person. I get it. If I thought you are who you think you are, yeah, I'd be chasing you. But guess what? I don't think you are who you think you are. I don't. I'm not saying you're unattractive. I love your dark skin, so don't even blame it on colorism. I think your dark skin looks great. I actually prefer it. I like this kind of complexion. I don't know what you're doing with the makeup. I think the makeup's weird. I don't like your attitude. I think the attitude's weird. I don't like you yelling at the camera, but I respect that, you're doing your content creation thing. And I'm entertained. So I already knew you were a content creator by listening to this. But here's the reality. Part of me believes you're not just a content creator. This is actually how you go through life. Like, this is not how I go through life. If people need to understand what it is. I talk like this because this is what I get paid to do. This is my profession. I gotta understand how to manipulate and inflate and project my voice. I have to understand that. And she gets that too. But a lot of women that get it were naturally that way, and they didn't realize that this was a skill set. This is a skill set. It wasn't easy when I first started making videos trying to talk to a camera like it's a real person. It's not easy. It's weird. It doesn't make sense. The camera doesn't have an eye. It has a little round thing, and there's a little light that it's on. It's recording. But you got to talk to it like you're talking to a person. That doesn't make sense. See, you feel like I'm talking to you right now. You feel like I am, right? But realistically, when I made this video, or as I'm making this video, I'm talking to a camera that doesn't talk back, that doesn't wink, that doesn't give me any inflections. But I have to treat it as if that's going on. That's a skill set. That by itself is hard as hell to do. That by itself. Took me a while to do. Okay? But I'm saying all this because so many women have the wrong information. They're sitting around thinking that a man's going to pursue them because their value is so high. But let me tell you something. We ain't never told you your value was that high. That's who you think you are. That's your self-estimation. So I'm going to break it down for you. My friend, you are an average girl. I know it's going to sound crazy. I know you got 1 million+ followers, almost 2 million followers. This video itself got 7,000 comments, like 6,000 comments, almost 1 million likes. Yeah, I would think I was this shit too if I was a girl until someone told me the truth that I'm not. Okay, so I wish hope this video finds you well, but if it doesn't, oh well. Anyway, here's another content creator who says dating's so hard. Listen to what she has to say.
I think part of the reason why it seems like dating is just so impossibly hard these days is because when you think about it, we're really trying to do something that's like never been done. Like, for the most part, most of us have parents and grandparents and great-grandparents who got married out of necessity. They got married. Your grandma got married because she really didn't have too much of a choice. She couldn't get a good job on her own. She couldn't give her own bank account. She couldn't have her own car. She needed that man. And your granddaddy got married because he was told that's what he was supposed to do because he had to have kids. And he didn't know how to scrub a toilet to save his life. And he also can't cook. He's never touched an oven before. The man didn't know what else to do. Or they messed around and got pregnant, so they had to get married because of that. But either way you spin it, getting married because I love you and you love me it's kind of new. Now society has evolved, it's changing. We don't want to get married to people that we don't like anymore. Now we want to be in love. But we also, at least nowadays, more and more women also want to keep some aspects of the old paradigm because, yes, we do want you to be a provider, but you also have to be a good partner. They've never had to do that before. The men in the dating pool are the sons and the grandsons and the nephews of the men that I was just talking about. So they've grown up watching relationships where the man was barely home because he was out with his other family, and all he really had to do was go to work and pay the bills. He didn't have to be emotionally available. He didn't have to know how to communicate. He didn't have to be a safe space for his wife. What is a safe space? Her safe space is her best friend or the hair salon whenever she goes. Like, that's her safe space.
He didn't have to be there for her. He didn't have to even really truly care about her. All he had to do was sign his name on the check. So we're asking for relationship dynamics that have never really been done on a widespread scale before. Then add in social media, where relationships are portrayed as either 24/7 romantic grand gestures, going on vacation every single month, buying your wife a new car for her birthday every year, like 12 dozen roses every single day. Like, it's either Disney fairy tale or the complete opposite. We're seeing women expose just how crazy toxic and abusive these marriages are, or we're seeing how we keep getting cheated on, having babies outside of the marriage. Like, we're either seeing one or the other all day, every day, reinforced at every turn. We're trying to do something that has never been done before, with little to no guidance from the people that we know in our actual lives, and nothing but harmful influencing from social media. So of course dating is hard. Like, when you think about it, the odds are somewhat stacked against us. Of course it feels like it's impossible. It's very new for most of us. So if you're feeling bad and you're feeling down about dating, you're feeling discouraged, like you just can't do it right, don't feel bad. You're kind of like a pioneer. Think of it that way. Take a break. The men will be there tomorrow, hopefully. I don't know. I hope so. I think part of the reason why it seems like...
Yeah, we won't be there tomorrow, especially for women that have these 25mm bat wings above their eyes. Like, I just don't understand. Like, you don't need all that. This doesn't impress me. The fake hair, the bat wings, the extensive makeup, it doesn't impress me. And I've reacted to a lot of Deja's content before. She decent content creator, I'm not gonna lie. And I think she's decently attractive, but she just ruins herself. And she thinks that what's going on in modern times is the fact that we're trying to do something we've never done before. I understand her point, but here's where she went wrong. She said, men never had to be this way and that way. And, because the reason why they even got married, because she just got pregnant and this and that. No, back in the day, people lost their virginity on their wedding. You're not talking about, what you're talking about is the modern times. If people just smash and they got a shotgun wedding, that's modern, okay? Or it was rare back in the day. The most common thing back in the day were women were virgins for the longest time. I'm trying to, you guys understand, thousands of years, women showed up as virgins. This new modern era where women have an extremely high body count and their body count actually exceeds the men they want to be with is brand new. Yeah, we've never done this before, and I don't think as humans we're prepared for anything like this. Because who really wants a girl who's been smutted out? Like, if I've had your girl before, I'm not saying you shouldn't love her, you shouldn't want to be with her, but I'm just trying to say, just know I did some freaky shit to that girl. Not no Diddy shit, but I did some freaky shit, okay? Not no Diddy shit, okay? No urination, okay? But here's the thing, right? Y'all focus on this romantic love. Men, there literally is no place where men, one, learn how to be romantic in a way that women really appreciate. And two, why do we need to do this whole performative romantic thing? It doesn't make sense. It's not real. What you guys see on Hollywood and TV is not real, but y'all believe it's real. And y'all talk about all these relationships you see online and on TV. Instagram is a lie. TikTok is a lie. These dating things are a lie. They're not as cool. They're not as great as they seem to be. These are highlight reels. The best parts and best moments of people's lives that they curated just so you could see it and think that they're so cool. People are trying their hardest to impress people they don't know about a lifestyle they're actually not living. Yeah. Okay? And that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to show you, oh my God, I'm so beautiful. I got these bat wings and I'm just so gorgeous. But realistically, I'm struggling when it comes to dating. Well, how? Aren't you so beautiful? Aren't your hair so good? And you know what they do? They blame men. They blame men. Men, oh yeah, they know how to be a safe space, blah, blah. They know how to be a partner. Because y'all make up new things every step of the way. Y'all making up something new. Y'all want men to be traditional plus know all these modern things and be good at that. Be proficient at. Be proficient at what? Be proficient at being a safe space? What the hell is that? Y'all not even proficient at the stuff y'all grandmas used to be proficient at. You said that men back in the day did not know how to cook. He didn't know how to clean a toilet. Bullshit. Y'all, people don't know history. People back in the day, life was hard for everyone. Everyone had to chip in. Everyone had to work together. Where I'm from, my country, the men knew how to cook better than the women. And it's like that in this country too. Y'all think that, women do all the cooking. The top chefs in the world are all men. At the end of the day, when it comes to skills, a lot of men have skills that women don't have because women are not required to have them. Because even now, y'all say y'all know how to cook. Y'all really don't know how to cook. I guarantee you I know how to cook better than most women I'll meet. Why? Because I actually try to put effort into things in my life where y'all just show up and do what y'all seen on TikTok. It's no different than me going to the gym. I'm a personal trainer for those who don't know. And people say, oh yeah, you talking about fit. You're not even that fit. Bro, when you sit on the chair, you don't look as fit as you do. Okay? My arch, my spine's rounded, my stomach is coming together. I don't look as fit as I am. But if you want to see how fit I am, go to my Instagram. I show my stomach. I got a flat stomach. I'm not crying about it, but people think what they see is real life. It's not real life. You don't know me. You never met me before. Somewhere in the comments, oh, shape's out of shape. Not even close. I'm one of the leanest people at my gym. Like low body fat. Yeah. I'm just saying, my weight doesn't fluctuate. I gain weight over time, but that's because I'm building muscle. Another thing you guys can't see. From what you can see, you just see like slim arms because I'm wearing a baggy shirt. If I take off my shirt, if you just go to my Instagram, you'll see my shoulders are defined, my chest defined, my stomach slim. I'm excited. You know, New Jersey's weather's getting better. I'm excited. I'm never uncomfortable when I take my shirt off. But I do recognize that when I sit in this chair, you know, my stomach looks all bulged up and shit like that. I get it. I'm sitting in a seat. Everything's being compressed. Everything is like origami being compressed. I get it. It doesn't look as appealing. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm trying to tell you. Instagram is not what you think it is. Social media is not what you think it is. Even YouTube is not what you think it is. I know I don't look as fit as I am, you know, on a screen when I'm making these videos. I just don't. Okay, I just don't. I was going to play this video. I don't want to play this video in particular. I'd rather play this video. I know you're probably thinking, like, what? Like, yeah, I'd rather play this video. Let's play this video, and we'll respond to it.
I recently started dating black men, and let me just add this disclaimer in there. My previous choices in dating were not necessarily intentional. I was just under the impression that black men didn't really like me because they never really pursued me. Although, granted, I did go to school in mainly, like, primarily white institutions, so makes sense, but I have never, like, not liked black men. They've just never really liked me. They've always been, you know, all about the snow bunnies. But yeah, I've been dating black men recently, and the way that so many of them have looked me dead in my eyes and been like, you're probably not gonna find your husband dating black men. Your husband's probably a white man. I'm like, but can you, please? I mean, I appreciate the candor, truly, but for the love of God, please. And again, I still really don't have a preference. Like, I like who likes me, and I like ambitious people who are honest. So it doesn't really, I just also, okay, there is like a small part of me that thinks it would be really, really nice to, you know, like, have a baby with a black man and have a little black baby, you know? But I'm not too attached to it. I'm like, whatever. I love my baby anyway, regardless, so I am just gonna end up with the person that treats me the best and wants me the best, or wants me the most. And yeah, that was just a little bit humbling to be told that so directly. It's like, your husband's probably not a black man. Please, save me. Give me a break. That's all. I recently started dating black men.
So I'm not too sure why black men say that to her. There's a lot left to be desired here. There's not much that she communicated here. But I did grow up, I could relate to her because I grew up similar to her. After the age of 13, I moved to an all-white suburb, and I was the only black person. And therefore, that's why I started dating. You know, it was a while before I dated black girls. Not because I didn't want to date black girls, because there were just no black girls in my school for the most part. You know, I didn't lose my virginity to a black girl. My first girlfriend wasn't black. In fact, the first time I even hooked up with a black, the first time I had a black girlfriend was a lot later in life, sadly enough. Sadly enough. I don't even want to get into that. That's a lot to unpack there, but I can relate to her. You know what I'm saying? When you're just surrounded by people that are not your own race, you do what you got to do. So I can get that from her. But why do black men tell her her husband probably not a black man? I don't know. I've never told that to a black woman before, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I think she's gorgeous. This girl's like a 9 or a 10. She's up there. You know what I'm saying? And when I think about black women, I think about black women that can look as attractive as she does. This girl's up there. This girl is more attractive than the girl that had 1 million followers. I'd rather date her based on looks, and she got 40,000. To me, this girl's above the girl that had 1 million subscribers. Which, by the way, I don't know if that video is going to make the final cut because she had so many subscribers and followers that you guys might not even know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But after making videos so long, you just know some videos are going to get flagged, and so you can't put it on YouTube, whatever. Anyway, we're towards the end of the video. And all I was just talking about to relate to this video was there's a girl who thought she deserved the world because she's so famous and so popular, but she's an average-looking black girl. Here's an above-average-looking black girl, and she's actually pretty humble. And this is the shocking part. You find that some of the most beautiful people are so humble because looks are just not a thing to them. They didn't have to try for them. They didn't have to, they're trying to figure out, focus on something else in life. When you have an abundance of something, you just can't value it. Like, when you just have abundance of beauty, you just don't sit around thinking about looks all day. But when you feel like you lack something, you work so hard to it. She doesn't even have makeup on. Or if she does, it's very light. It's very light. This is what it means to be an above average girl. This girl is like a 9 or 10. So me personally, if I ran into a girl like this and I met her, I'd be all over that. This is a girl I actually might put some extra work in. But it's only because of how attractive she looks. That's the only reason why. I'm going to be honest with you. And she seems really cool. I feel like me and her would get along. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm going to have to slide in her DM. I probably won't because that's how much I'm on my grind. Anyway, this woman explains why dating gets harder as you get older. And I think this video is important. So let's listen and we'll respond to it.
Here is why dating gets harder as you get older. First of all, everything pretty much gets harder as you get older. But I'm just going to rattle off a few that I've seen being a professional matchmaker all these years. Number one, and again, no particular order, just as they come into my mind. But number one, we become more jaded and cynical based on our past. And when we become more jaded and cynical, that's going to limit the amount of yeses we give people. That's both good and bad, but it's definitely going to make dating harder for you. Number two, kind of in that same vein, we get more judgy. We get more judgy. We get more skeptical. We get pickier. Yet, what you could call in your 20s and 30s is probably radically different at the age you are now. So maybe your expectations of who you should have is not actually realistic. Another one, we're set in our ways. We are set in our ways. This is the way we do things. This is what time we eat. This is where we like to go. This is our comfort zone, and we ain't moving out of it. Last but not least, we're tired. We're tired of the rat race. We're tired of the bullshit. You're tired of being jerked around and disappointed. But you cannot let any of those things affect your future. Because when you're carrying around all that shit on your back, putting all that on dating, of course, all of your options just start falling by the wayside. And I'm going to leave you with this. As you get older, there's fewer and fewer of you who keep yourselves up. You start letting yourself go. When you start letting yourself go, dating is 100% going to be harder. So if you want to find somebody fantastic, you got to have a positive mindset. Yeah, you do. You can't be so judgy. You can't be so stuck in your ways. And you got to be determined to keep yourself in shape and relevant in every way. Boom, mic drop. Hope that helps.
And that is a mic drop. Shout out to her because, this is the practical information that most people need to hear. Most people think they're far better than what they really are. And for women, this is one of the biggest mistakes they make. They get pickier as they get older, even though they're becoming less desirable at the exact same time. Imagine that. Imagine that. You have more standards, yet you meet less standards of the marketplace. One of the number one standards for women, I know a lot of women hate this. They don't want it to be this way because they feel like they're their best self. But you think you're your best self. And you don't have to date yourself. So it doesn't matter about your self-estimation. What does the market rank you as? You see that last girl I talked about? I called her a 9 and 10. You know how we know she's a 9 and 10? Because I said so. Right? The marketplace. And I know other men are going to find her very attractive. I already know. Because I know how this works. I know how this works. Attractive is attractive. None of us can hate on it. None of us can frown on it. But we know it when we see it. So if you got to convince people that you're very good looking, you're in a lot of trouble. And mind you, when I talk about me being quote unquote good, I'm not trying to convince you. I just try to talk from my life. When I talk about my life experience, I tell you my life experience. I don't tell you that I'm trying to do something I've never done before. I don't talk about that. I talk about what I've done and why I think I've done it. Right? When you're used to people complimenting you your whole life, you come to the conclusion that you're attractive. Because when you're just used to it. Because I know for a fact that all the beautiful women I've talked to, they weren't doing me a favor. They're not trying to help me out. Oh, let me make sure Shay gets some booty. They're doing it out of their own selfish greed. And so I know I got to bump heads with people all the time when I say this, but I love to I'm not saying it to brag to you, to impress you. I'm saying it to leave an impression on you. Not to impress you, to impress on you, okay? To leave this with you, okay? Anyway, back to what she's saying. Stay in shape. A lot of women are out of shape, but they expect the moon. It don't make any sense. Generally, people are they're most fittest when they're younger versions of themselves. Very few people get more fit as time goes on. I'm talking about very few people. Even people who are in sports. We know former sports athletes who used to be in great shape, men and women. Roy Jones Jr. used to be in great shape. Look at him now. So many people used to be in great shape. He's the first one that came to my mind. I watched an interview from him recently. But I remember when he was in his prime. Everyone, Roy Jones Jr., he was built like a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? The dude was just nothing but ripped. Look at him now. Chubby neck, kind of fat, out of shape. People don't age well. They don't keep up with it. It's hard to keep up with it because what you did that worked back then, the fact that you could slack off BS and do whatever hell you want, it's not going to work out when you're older. When you get older, your body can't take as much as abuse as it could when you're younger. So I'm saying all this for one particular reason. Because everybody has an expectation of what they want life to be rather than observing it for what it really is. That's what you need to do. If you want to succeed in dating, you need to observe life for what it really is. Stop trying to put your views on the world all over the world. It's not going to work out that way. It's not going to help you. It's not. Men and women. I've never tried to recreate the game or manipulate it into a way that's going to benefit me or try to get the game to bow down to me. That's not how it works. The dating market is what the dating market is. I'm aware that women want me to be fit, attractive, have money, resources, all these things. The good thing about that is I want those things for myself as well. So who the market wants me to be and who I want to be are the same person. You know what I'm saying? The only thing the market wants me to do that I don't necessarily want to do is I don't want to sit for nobody. I don't want to chase nobody. The market, women love that. If you really want to do better with women, just chase them. Just sit for them. They're going to love it. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos. And I'll see y'all over there.